Let's get real about the law of attraction. You see so many videos out there about law of attraction, attracting as fast as possible, attracting instantly, and manifesting the things that you want and your intentions, right? And we're all looking for the easy way. It's like we live in that Amazon age where we want the package the same day. We want the package the next day. We can't even wait a week for packages to come to our door, right? So we have that same mindset translated into our intentions. Like, I want the client now, I want the money now, I want the soulmate now, I want the dream house now, right? And we get so urgent with our intentions manifesting and this kind of shortened timeline from how it really is down to this, which creates a lot of frustration. So in today's video, I want to clear up a lot of things about the law of attraction. I hope you stay all the way through the end, because this isn't a video to get you motivated. This is not a video that's going to bring in one of our methods that we use to manifest what we want. This is going to explain a lot of the challenges you may be facing and how to conquer those challenges. So it's well worth your time to really pay attention to this video. Sit down and maybe write in a journal or write in some work pages of some sort, all of the different things that you may be facing, and then how to accomplish it. It's going to be worth it in your income. It's going to be worth it in your life, your happiness, and everything overall. All right, so what is the law of attraction? What is manifestation? I like to simplify it down to one definition, okay? Manifestation is shifting your consciousness from the reality you're currently in to a parallel reality that has more of your desires activated. That's it. Now, that's more in the kind of metaphysical sense, the side that's invisible and hard to explain, the phenomena that you can't really see, right? So I'm going to explain it in other ways as well that are going to really help you out. The law of attraction idea and manifestation idea overall is this idea that you hear all the time, like attracts like. It goes way lower and way deeper than that. But essentially, on an ongoing basis, we have an overall energy. And whatever that overall energy is, we're sending it out. And you're not really sending it out necessarily, but the world around you responds to how you are internally, what your identity is, what your self-image is. To even put it more in a simple term, forgetting about metaphysics and forgetting about all this invisible side of things, whatever you're thinking on a daily basis about who you are, you're going to feel according to that, and you're going to act according to that. Let me do a brief example. If in your mind, in your programming, you feel that you're a 5-figure earner, nobody else in your family has ever earned 6 figures, none of your friends, nobody you've ever known, right? Maybe you feel that your image is struggle around money. It happened when you're a child, happened when you're a teenager, happened later years, right? So I feel, for me, my identity is lack of money. I'm somebody who has the ability to earn 5 figures. That could be $10,000 a year. That could be $100,000 or $99,000 a year. That could be $50,000 a year. See what I'm getting at? The identity that we own within is going to dictate what I'm thinking is possible and what I'm capable of. Okay? So that's going to dictate what I think about me, what I think about possibilities, what I maybe even think about rich people, what I maybe even think about, not rich people, but well-off people. If my neighbor's got a Ferrari of some sort, or my neighbor's got the house paid off, or my neighbor's got whatever, I may have jealous and envious feelings like, what did they do to get that? I'm stuck at a $50,000 per year job, right? So whatever I'm thinking, I'm going to feel. So if I'm earning $50,000 a year, which is not a lot of money, and it's pretty low on the income scale, really, and that's about, let's say, $4,000 or so per month. That's not even after taxes, probably. So I'm bringing in that per month. I'm struggling, right? I don't have a lot going for me. I don't have a lot at the end of the month. Bills are strapped and you're just kind of hanging in there, right? So you're probably feeling very unfulfilled in life, very unhappy. You don't have a lot of freedom. You're grinding away. You're working hard, right? That's dictating my actions. So if I believe I'm a $50,000 per year earner, do you think I'm going to go get another job? Probably not. Or if I finally get to a spot where it's painful enough, I may go get a job, but it's going to be similar. $55,000 with some benefits, $60,000 maybe, right? So I'm going to think it's the job, but I'm not going to go for a $100,000 per year job because I'm not going to feel I'm capable. I don't have the skill set. I don't have the education, whatever that is, right? So law of attraction in the most simplest basic form is like thoughts attract like thoughts. So if I'm thinking on that level, unconsciously or consciously, there's the trick to it that you don't see. Unconsciously, we are programmed, we have a lot of beliefs, we have a lot of things. That's the voice in your head that says, I want to go earn $100,000 per year. How are you going to do that? You're never going to find the job to do that. You're never going to be able to operate the business to do that. Nobody's ever around you to earn $100,000. That little voice chatter in your head is the subconscious part of you. It's the automatic thinking process that comes in and tries to protect you from ongoing pain. Because at some point you had an emotional trauma that you connected pain with money. Okay, that could be a struggle around your parents when you grew up. The struggle maybe as a foster child or some other guardian you had grown up around, or any of that stuff. It's an emotional wound around money. So unconsciously, I attach enough pain to money. I don't want it, okay? I want it at a conscious level, I want more, but at an unconscious level, it tries to protect me. It's the self-image. It's the what we call servo mechanism that basically tries to protect you from more pain, keeps you in a centered state as much as possible, but in a conditioned and very comfortable familiar state, something that's not actually your potential. So first is like thoughts attract like thoughts. Once my thinking is hooked on that level, according to my identity, according to my subconscious, I'm going to keep thinking that way. And it's really freaking hard to break out of it sometimes. Because the law of rhythm, the law of momentum, it keeps you going in that thing. That's what habit is. So if you have a habit of thinking that thing about yourself, that income level, whatever it is, it's very hard to break. And that's why we struggle sometimes. And that's why no amount of videos on YouTube, if you just keep watching them and watching them and watching them from all the greats out there in self-help and personal development, but you don't actually apply the stuff, you're actually going to get really stuck. You're going to have mental progress, you're going to have spiritual progress, but your physical progress is going to lag behind because you're not applying it to change the thoughts at a deep level, right? So that second level now is feelings. I'm going to attract like feelings with where I'm at. So again, if I'm thinking that way, I'm going to attract like feelings, frustrated, irritated, maybe even depressed in some sort of way, unfulfilled, really always trying to go out there and get that dopamine rush, right? Waiting for the weekend to go and have some fun, right? Waiting for the weekend to feel happy, waiting for the weekend, so it's this up and down roller coaster. And when you have this up and down roller coaster, literally your frequency is vibrating overall at this up and downness. And that's what's responding to in life, okay? So you're going to feel that way. And then again, the third level of law of attraction first, in a simple way, is actions. So if I start to expand my thinking, let's do the opposite side of the game. If I start to expand my thinking and I start to really feel a deep level, I can earn 6 figures. I don't care if anybody else has done it in my family line. I don't care if anybody else around me is doing it. I don't care if my job has the ability to give me that 6 figures or not. I am going to earn 6 figures. But that's not enough to just think it. You start working on yourself at the unconscious level. You start reprogramming your self-image, changing your identity and understanding that part of you. You're going to wake up and you're going to feel different. Because remember, change your thinking, changes the feeling, changes the action. You're going to feel called to, are there jobs out there that I could do to earn 6 figures? Of course there are, by the way. I don't care what education level, I don't care if you dropped out of high school. There are jobs out there that can pay you 6 figures right now. You may even start to become a sales representative at a company. And people are like, oh, I don't love sales. Well, you got to change your mindset on that. Sales is a fantastic thing. You're helping somebody buy something of value. That's all it is, right? You don't have to be somebody that's pushy or forceful, right? Every single role, every single job in this world, there's good and there's bad people in it, okay? So if you go down the route of categorizing an entire role and job based on just some of the bad people out there, then it's going to be a hard way of living, right? So find the good in it as well. That's a great position, okay? You can go out there and you can really help people in something you believe in and selling it, right? So that would just be an example. You don't have to do that, but an example. So if I start to believe that, I'm going to want to start researching. That right there is a new action. Change my thinking, changed how I felt about me and my possibilities, and I started to actually research different behavior, right? This is all law of attraction. Law of attraction isn't some magical thing, okay? It's not something that's like, oh my God, I'm going to think about this thing and then tomorrow I'm going to wake up and I'm going to be on a pile of gold. There's going to be a pile of gold sitting right there for me. I'm going to have $1 million in my bank account, okay? It's not how this stuff works. But sometimes you can hear about this stuff and it sounds so crazy and magical, right? When you start talking about the invisible side of things. We're going to talk a little bit about that for sure, but just on the easiest, simplest level, change your thinking at a deep level. Again, it's not just wanting something. You change your unconscious programming, you change your identity, changes how you feel, changes what you feel is possible, and then you start behaving differently. So we talked about you start researching things, right? But another thing you might do is say, I'm going to start a business. I'm going to think about the top 10 ways I can start a business right now and find the one I'm most excited for. Oh, okay, so you start researching, right? You start watching a video, maybe if you need to, on researching some online businesses or whatever it is, right? Okay, I could create a brick and mortar business. Okay, I could create an Amazon, eBay selling business online. Okay, I could get into affiliate marketing. Okay, I could become a coach, right? Because we have even certified manifestation coach where we help you build a business, become certified, teach us information, and learn how to build a business and get clients. That would be another example, right? There could be another example of, okay, I'm going to try and understand the real estate game a little bit and start wholesaling and things, right? Okay, I'm going to start looking for a product that's in need right now and start making a company based on that. I mean, there's 101 different ways, more than that, 1,001 different ways on how to create a business and how to create a company, right? But if you don't even believe that that's possible, you won't even do it. You'll con yourself out. I'm 60 years old. I'm too late in life to do that. I work 80 hours a week and have a family. I have no time for that. Those people are lucky that do that kind of stuff. I don't even have a business. All the things that you just listed there, Scott, I have no interest in. So I don't know what to do. No, you do know what to do. Those are the automatic programming things about how you feel about yourself, right? So the very thing that we need to do is change how I feel about me. And there's many different techniques and methods we cover on the channel here about that kind of idea, okay? But again, your action is going to change. Now, what steps in is the invisible side. There are invisible forces in this world that do aid the attraction of what you want. Now, that's really hard for people to believe. So if you want to stop there, just absorb what I talked about, changing thoughts, feelings, and actions. You'll do better in life just by knowing that. You don't have to believe in the invisible stuff. But if you're ready for the advanced level, there are invisible forces around us. As shown by, you're watching a video right now, most likely on Wi-Fi. You're probably not connected hardline in, most likely, okay? What's Wi-Fi? The phone that you're watching this video from, if you are, or the laptop, is it connected to anything to really bring in this video from somewhere into what you're seeing now? Or is there some sort of invisible force going on? When you use your phone and call somebody in China, call somebody in India, call somebody in Europe, or vice versa, if you're living around the world, calling somebody in the United States or calling somebody in Canada or Mexico. How is that happening? Is that not invisible forces going on? Is that not science actually showing you that there's invisible forces going on around us, and there are scientists and people who have researched and figured out ways for you to actually utilize the invisible side of us? Those are just examples on the side of science. What about the sun actually pouring out radiation every second of every single day? And if you stay out there long enough, you may get a sunburn. How does that happen? Your skin just turns red? No, radiation that you can't see. You can't see it, but it's there. So what dictates that your thoughts aren't actually also in the ether? Who says that? Who says that can't be, right? So you just want to start understanding some of the invisible forces around us. Okay, and the law of attraction basically is also this invisible side of us that comes to our aid and actually calls forth more goodness. That's why I mentioned the definition of manifestation is shifting our consciousness from this reality to an alternative reality where the things that you want are already active in this reality, but not active in this reality. That's why it's frustrating when you keep staying in this reality, because you want better, but everyone's saying no. You want better, but the business is not following through, right? But in this reality, it's yes, things can happen here. Okay, very big distinct difference. Now we'll go into that a little bit deeper in another video about those invisible forces. But remember, this video is about, let's get real about the law of attraction, okay? Because it doesn't stop there. What you're gonna do once you start changing your identity and changing your feeling and changing everything is it's going to be a challenging road from here. Again, it's not, if people write down, I want to manifest $1 million, I want to manifest my dream home, all this stuff, right? You got to do the work to fuse within. It's going to take a lot of time, most likely. It's not going to be instant, and you need to work at it. I'll give you an example. Right now, I'm in a business. I have a team, I have some employees, I have some things, right? It took me a while to get here. It took me some years of hard work and dedication on understanding how to run a business, how to do marketing, how to do sales, how to do webinars, how to do masterclasses, how do you do accounting, how do you do bookkeeping, how do you run a business, how do you scale a business, how do you actually serve your clients, how do you actually create a great product, how do you create a great offer, right? These are all just ideas within just one part of the business overall. So every single year I've had to chip away, I've had to learn more, I've had to implement more, I've had to get really uncomfortable, I've had to hire people when I had no idea what I was doing. I had to actually go in and start doing Facebook advertising, spending large amounts of money per day and per month in order to understand how to expand my presence beyond me, right? Just as one example. That took years. So it's not that when you write down $1 million that just immediately $1 million is going to show up for you. There's going to be a process from A to Z. Now, it doesn't always involve hard work. That's not what I was mentioning. It wasn't hard work all the time for me to get here. What it was is hard work to shift my growth and unconscious mind to where I needed to get to. It's been a continuous effort all the time, right? Doing these YouTube videos, even when I'm tired, even when I'm down and out, I still do the videos no matter what, right? So there's consistency there, right? There's discipline there in this as well. Okay, you take that and you keep chipping away at your frequency. I had to shift my money mindset every single day. Every day I changed the way I felt around money, changed the way I thought around money. Every day I'd talk to a mentor, I'd be in a program, I'd be chipping away, right? But as you do all this, your energy fields, your frequency is going to start to move differently. It's going to elevate itself, and you're going to be on the frequency to receive more of what you want. Again, that's not magic though, right? Some things will seem magical when that client pops out of the blue that you've been thinking of for 2-3 weeks, right? And it happens. The money amount that you wrote down, I received $5,000 using one of our methods, right? It's not always overnight, and most times it's not. But maybe a week later, a month later, it shows up. You're like, where did this come from? It was because of your frequency you were fused with a couple of weeks ago using one of our methods, right? So things take time. You need to chip away at your energy frequency and increase it every single day, okay? So you start changing your momentum. You start changing the way you think. You start changing the way you feel. And you're going to start to change your actions on a daily basis, right? Those people that want to go out there and win the lottery, right? You got to fuse with it in your feeling level first. And what do you got to do? Buy daily tickets, right? And at the same time, there's a difference between inspired and uninspired action. So it's not about the amount of tickets you buy. You need to fuse with it. And then once you feel inspired, you go and do something on a consistent basis. But again, it's chipping away at where you want to go. Okay. So it takes time for this stuff and it takes growth. And what you want to understand today is, what can I do on a daily basis every day from here to increase my frequency and put in action? So what do I need to do to start that business? What do I need to do to go get that new job with the bonus and with the the higher potential income? Those kinds of ideas, right? So let's get real about law of attraction. It's not magic. There are invisible stuff that seem like magic 100%, okay? But what's real here is change how I feel about me. Change the feelings that are going on a regular basis level, on a daily basis, right? Change how I'm acting. Change my behavior about what I'm doing. Then, on the opposite side, yes, there are the invisible forces that will come to your aid to help you through all of this stuff, right? But you need to chip away at this on a daily basis. You want to actually put in time to feeling better on a daily basis, thinking better, and acting from that thinking and feeling better place. And when you do so, bring in consistency, bring in discipline, and bring in those actions that are going to really help you move forward. All right? This is the real game you're playing here. That's why on our channel here, I want you to do all of the methods on a daily basis. I want you to watch a video on our channel every single day. Watch this video every single morning for 30 days straight. Get it into your mind. Stop binge watching, going to every single little video here and there, right, for 365 days in a row. Instead, watch one video on our channel every single day for 30 days. Get it into your mind, reprogram it, feel different about you, feel different about your world, and it's going to make a tremendous amount of difference. I hope this video was of huge help to you. If it was, go in the comments below, let me know. I'm going to be creating more of these videos about really getting real with you about how this stuff works. Not the hocus pocus stuff that you see sometimes of like generate $1 million in 2 hours, like all this stuff. We don't you know, that can really con you out sometimes. So let's get real, not realistic all the time, but let's get real. Let's talk how it really is. And that's going to mean a big difference to your life and what you accomplish. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. I want you here. I want you in our community. I want you here really researching and understanding more of who you are, more of understanding your results and who you are on a very deep level, right? And expanding who you are and your overall company, if you have one, your overall job, if you have one, your family, your friends, your legacy, all of that. And also throw a like on the video if you really enjoyed today. Because as you do so, it's just going to spread out to more people, and that's what we want to do, is help more people in this world. So again, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, click the like icon, and if you are looking for a business, I got you covered. Certified Manifestation Coach. Join. It's going to be your best business you could ever possibly imagine. No, you're not teaching people how to earn $1 million, so you don't need all that stuff. I'm going to show you how to create credibility and authority based on what you've experienced so far in your life. You coach people on what you've experienced already through our proven curriculum. You're going to do great things and really master your income, master your everything. If you want to check that out, link in the About section below. I'll see you over in the next video. Scott Haug, signing out.